The BR changes are here. Let's take a quick look on how the aircraft affected feels like. Hello guys, once again it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe. And today I flew a little bit with the new BR changes, especially with the 8.0 to 8.7 new BR. And I have some opinions on it. So yes, you are going to see some footage out of it. And I gotta say guys, there are some goods and bads, but to be honest, overall it's a good improvement. Yes, it is problematic, I know. There are some aircraft that I see suffering, but at the end of the day, still I think on the majority of the aircraft it's a little bit fairer. Okay, so I flew with the MiG-15 for example at 8.0, and even with the MiG-17PF for example at 8.7, and I noticed that you are not facing anything that has amazing missiles. To be honest, it is really hard to find anything that really puts out a really good missile, so that you don't even have a chance of actually avoiding, right? So no all aspects or anything like that, of course. The BR ranges are not even close to that, but in a general sense, not even too many supersonics. So overall, these aircraft in these BR ranges are way better to fly, like way better. They're so much fun in the matches that I got in. It's such a weird thing to not, to basically go back in time, right, and face Korean War aircraft against Korean War aircraft like it was in 2015 or whatever, so it is kind of surprising, to be honest, how good for these aircraft are. But of course the thing is that I saw some aircraft suffering here and there. I didn't play with them, but I saw them in the actual games, and I noticed how they were actually suffering a bit, mainly some 262s for example, because of course there are some 262s that are actually inside these BR ranges. Of course, even the C2B is an 8.0, so it's in the same BR as the MiG-15, the original MiG-15, right? So it's a pretty high BR, I gotta say, for a 262, but you cannot really go to a lower BR, of course, because it will dominate there as well. So it's kind of, there are these little places and little aircraft here and there that will suffer a lot, I gotta say. But at the end of the day, it's alright, because the number of those aircraft are very small, and I guarantee that if they actually suffer a lot, and it kind of creates a problem of its own on the statistics, etc., Gaijin will eventually lower the BR for them in the next BR change, right? So at the end of the day, it's just a few aircraft here and there that really suffer, but it's not like a big deal, and overall, average wise, you are not going to be seeing these aircraft too much, right? MiG-9s, F-84s, you can see them, but it's a little bit less likely because there are a lot of people playing between the 8.0 and 8.7. So the majority of the games that I was actually playing, I was getting to the to basically a super pack of BRs that never change between these 8.0 and 8.7. So basically every single match was between those BRs with minor changes here and there, right? So I think there's a lot of aircraft at these BRs and not too many in the lower ones, which means that not as many. There are some of them, like I said, MiG-9s, F-84s, some 262s, but that's kind of it, like there's the HO-229, some Arados, certain aircraft like that. But the sheer number of aircraft that are between 8.0 and 9.0 is so large right now that it kind of creates its own habitat of aircraft there, and it kind of, the majority of the battles feels like it's getting in that BR range, and there's only a few here and there situations where you see a lower BR aircraft kind of getting the short end of the stick, right? So overall, I think it's a positive change, it really is. I didn't have time yet to actually fly with the Shahak, which is, or not the Shahak, the Mirage, that actually got a new BR of 10.0, the Mirage 3C, right? And some of the other changes, you know, they're minor in the aircraft especially, but still, I think the majority was in the Korean War style aircraft, and I think overall in that part of the BR changes, I think we're actually pretty well served, to be honest, and it is an amazing change. I mean, it was the majority of the changes, like 3/4 of the changes for aircraft were basically around an 8.0 to 9.0 BR, right? So it's the majority of the BR changes were in those BRs. Of course, I have to test as well the Spitfire Mark 24. Now it is at 6.7, so it should be an amazing aircraft for you to actually fly. You know, we should be facing some aircraft that can have some troubles dealing with it, but it will be less troublesome than having the Mark 24 fighting MiG-15s, which would happen if it stayed in 7.0, right? So it's an overall change. It is a pretty good one. It's kind of a minor one, I gotta be honest. It doesn't change too many things, but at the end of the day, it was a good change in my opinion. Tanks, I don't know if I'm gonna do a video talking about that, because normally when I do tank videos, people don't watch it too much. I think the majority of my audience is basically aircraft related. Obviously, I mean, I do most of my videos about aircraft, but still, if you like to see a video about the BR changes for tanks, I can play around with some of the tanks to actually take a look. But it wasn't too big of a deal, you know. There are some tanks specifically, like for example the Fox, that I would like to try it out, because I mean 7.7, it's a very high BR for a Fox, but I guess it needs to be there, I don't know. But yeah, if you want to see me you know, overviewing that, make sure to leave it in the comments, and make sure to leave it in the comments as well what you thought about the BR changes. Did you test it already? What did you think about? And yeah guys, basically this is it. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and bye guys, see ya.